Alright, hey there ProxGaming crew, and this is Proxify here. We're back once again for another Let's Play of Animal Crossing New Leaf Welcome Amiibo. As you guys go to see here from the title screen, it looks like there has been some new menu tabs appearing, and that is going to be such as with the Spot Pass and the Amiibo. But for right now, that is something that we don't really need to worry about at this exact moment. But for right now, what we're going to be doing is still trying to go and build up more of our town as we go. I know that currently we just went and picked up on some new main items, such as being with the shovel and of course with the bug catching net. But here in this episode for today, we're actually picking up with another said new type of equipment, and that is of course going to have to be with the fishing rod. So I can't wait until we actually go and use the said fishing rod, because there is quite a bit of different said fishies that are going to be new with our time of May, so that we can make sure that we go and collect those out. Now later on down the road, we will be opening up with Tortimer Island as well. And fun fact about Animal Crossing, if you have never actually went and experienced through Animal Crossing before, May is actually one of the perfect type of times to actually go and do anything within this game, because if you actually want to go and collect out more of these said type of bugs and fishes, and you actually do have Tortimer Island opened up, that actually gives you more free range of actually adding in more other type of said different other creatures and whatnot into the said museum a little bit more earlier than before. So if you ever want to go and plan out on doing Animal Crossing like as a type of perfect sweet spot, May is one of those type of times. And not only that, but in Tortimer Island, the perfect type of time to go and collect some bugs is actually around the 11 or 12 o'clock type of point, and that is like way into like the evening, because if you ever want to go and collect out on all the different type of stags and whatnot, that is the perfect place to do it. But however, for right now, since we're not going to be really heading off into Tortimer Island at this point in time, we did actually come across with a new type of character, which I believe this was actually meant for the Amiibo update as well, and that of course is going to have to be with the fellow ghost of Wisp. Yes, we have met up with Wisp, I think, before, or within my time of actually knowing him, and that was around within New Horizons, but I totally forgot that Wisp was actually somebody that was somewhat of have some sort of main prominent part within here of this game as well too. But if you ever do have any type of set like amiibos or anything, and if you do want to get like some special rewards or goodies and stuff, Wisp will be able to help you out with that. But for right now, we don't really have any type of Animal Crossing amiibos at this point in time. I may probably do that in the future, probably buy some amiibos and see what we could get as some rewards. But for right now, for what we're going to go and do is see who else is going to be appearing within our town. It looks like there is, I think Charlize is actually one of the type of new characters making its appearance soon. We did get to see some sort of, I guess, base type of area getting built out at this point in time, just like how we did when we went and first arrived on over here as the mayor of the town. But here's some residents that we can go and speak to. We got ourselves with Snake, of course. Now, mind you, here again, as you guys don't know, this is like a post-recording of these different Animal Crossing games that I am doing. So the different type of times that you guys are going to be seeing, unfortunately, we won't be meeting up with every type of resident that will be here, because some of them are kind of like fast asleep, or some of them may be kind of heading into other different type of other things that we can't really go and meet up with them right away. But this is Sahara. She is the lady that normally deals with different type of, like, I guess, like carpets or wallpapers and stuff within your room. So if you ever do want to kind of spruce up your house a little bit, Sahara is actually somebody that is pretty good for that. But we actually do have with Pearl here, just to go and do a little bit of some meetup with her, just to see if there's anything new about. But she did go and talk about something about retail, even though that we did go and head off into that place originally before. Oh, looks like we got some more money, but unfortunately I did completely mess that up. Yeah, so unfortunately with these type of money rocks, you do have to do it in a consecutive amount of time, or else you won't be able to get all the type of money within that money rock. But it's always really nice to go and always head off to one of those, and I believe it actually happens once per day, so you can't always go and find it every time. Oh no, I'm just kind of just delaying the inevitable right now. Yeah, unfortunately we got ourselves completely attacked by more bees. Yeah, these type of guys here, if you ever do want to go and try to capture them, is going to be somewhat of a problem. But it's all about timing on those guys. But we will have to, well, at least somewhat catch them within our way, so that we can add them to the museum. But here we are back over at Timmy's place. So, or to say Tommy's place, I should say. And it looks like we're going to be able to go and head off into getting ourselves with the fishing rod. Yeah, so basically the two brothers are Timmy and Tommy. I don't believe we actually have met up with Timmy yet, but Tommy is here. So for right now, we're just going to kind of I guess maybe just do some selling of some items, maybe? It looks like that's what we're going to go and do. Because I know that we do have a little bit of some leftover junk that I don't think we really do need at this point in time. So yeah, we got some beehives. We also got that extra ruby. So I know that we're going to be able to get some pretty nice good cash after that. Oh, and also as well, while you are here in Tommy's place, just make sure that you do go and basically make sure to buy out on most of all the things that are going to be there. Because if you don't actually go and do that, you will not be able to actually go and get the upgrades that you do need. But I believe now, since it is the perfect time, we are going to be able to head off into the Maple Sisters area. Now, the Maple Sisters actually does have some upgrades that you can go and do, and I think it's the amount of how much clothes that you can go and buy from them. But at some point later on down the road, the Maple Sisters will actually create something known as the QR machine, and it is actually one of the most coolest type of things that you can actually go and do here within the area for Animal Crossing New Leaf. And the QR machine is really nice because if you actually do want to kind of mod up your type of way around within here of Animal Crossing New Leaf and add some interesting type of customizations that you would never get to go and see from before, you can actually go and do that. Yeah, you know, it's actually kind of funny just to kind of think about that, is that this is like the type of game where you are able to actually do like actual said modifications to your town by adding like different type of things here, but Nintendo doesn't really like you when you have to go and do other said mods on other different type of games, just only except for Animal Crossing. That's just kind of just wows my mind a little bit. Because, like, in my town, speaking about the QR machine, I actually do have the classic, I think, Generation 3, I think, what's it, like, Brandon's outfit. So, I actually have Brandon's outfit mixed in with, like, I think, like, some other type of, like, customizations with my attire. So, it actually looks pretty cool. Yeah, we can actually go and try out on some of these different hats if we actually feel like we want to go and buy them or not. But for right now, I don't think we're going to do that yet. I'm pretty certain at some point the Maple Sisters will actually have the Luigi and the, I think, Mario cap later on down the road. But for right now, we're not going to really go and see those. But that is something that I wouldn't mind actually trying to buy. I'm pretty certain that if you want to get like the other caps, I believe they're only, I think, just for the fortune cookies, which we will be having to hopefully try to upgrade more of Tommy's place, and then we'll get more of those fortune cookies for our play coins that we do need. And if you ever want to know about how you actually do have to get these type of play coins, basically back in the good old classic 3DS era, you would actually have to walk about like 100 steps, and then I believe for each 100 steps that you go and take around with your 3DS, while it is turned on, by the way, you will gain one additional play coin. Now, there is ways around where you can kind of exploit the type of, like, 3DS to make sure that you get more play coins than normal, but for right now, that'll be a different story for a different time. But we're right back over here at Tom Nook's place. This is where we are going to be able to finally put down a down payment on our house. So this is where we are going to make sure to add in that 10,000 bells. So if you haven't been on the adventure like we have, where we were trying to collect out of many amount of money as we did, well, we finally went and did it. So now we got the down payment on our house, but we haven't really heard about what our mortgage is. Now, I believe the actual bill that Tom would actually give us as our first type of mortgage payment is like around like 39,000 bells. So that does seem quite a big steep amount of money, but later on those amounts will get higher as time goes. But the better that you go and find some of the different rare type of bugs, you should probably not have all that amount of a problem. Same with doing some of the different turnip cells as well. You can actually be able to get some extra money from that. So at some point when the bill starts going up more and more for the mortgage payment, you should at least somewhat be fine if you know how to kind of get around through the different type of bells that are here within the game. But there we go. So that takes care of that within Tom Nook's area. And now let's go and head over here to the said museum once again and actually drop in some of our different said fossils that we originally went and picked up. And just as a reminder as well, since I think I went and already kind of discussed about this before when we went and got ourselves with the shovel the last time, is that there's only about, I think, like 4 different said fossils per day that actually happens. But if you do want to do the exploit and you want to kind of make things go a little bit faster and time skip throughout here, you could do that as well. And you could just keep on getting the 4 amount of fossils each and every other type of day if you wanted to. But there we go. Looks like it seems like we got some newer type of fossils here to add in to our donations. So that is exactly what we're going to be doing. And I did go and check out that Toronto Maple Leafs game that was happening, because I was quite surprised to see if that team was actually going to surprise to make a appearance for what Round 3 was going to be, and it seems like that is not going to be the case. I will have to go and talk about this with Kevin at some point in one of the future co-op videos that we're going to have to go and do. Let's see what his take on was all about. But yes, if you guys don't know, the Maple Leafs are somewhat of the team that always likes to choke every single type of Game 7 that there is known to mankind. So that's why I'm not a Maple Leafs fan. That's why I'm more of an Avalanche guy myself. Alright, so there we go. Got ourselves with the fossil. So very nice. So now it's time to do some fish hunting. Yes, so there's different type of size of fish as we go. You got medium, you got small, you got very much like tiny fish. Majority of the time, I want to say if you ever want to find like a goldfish or any of like the smaller type of creatures, you will have to use these tinier type of size to go and find them. And sometimes some of those different types said like tiny fish can be like really rare. Same with the huger ones as well too, like the large ones. And majority of the time, if you ever do want to come across like a large type of said fish, doesn't matter if it comes from like the river or actually within the said ocean, you are going to be finding a lot of like sea bass and sea basses as well. They're normally kind of like the ones that always like to be super annoying from when you ever have to go and try and find any of like the rare type of stuff. But there we go, guys. So with the neon tetra, one of the first of the smaller type of said fishes to go and find. I believe you can also find like goldfish. I think you can find like Popeye goldfish. Those are a little bit harder. I think there's also guppies as well too, which I believe that is here for May, which that could be a little bit more of a harder type of catch rate to go and find. But there we go. Got ourselves with a new catch of a diving frog. And this should look like to be somewhat of a sea bass type of character or something out here, right? Yes it is. So even though that this is a new fish, hopefully we don't keep on running into any more of those later, because that could be really much of a problem. Now for May, we actually do have an extremely rare fish. Well, actually, I should say 2 extremely rare fishes. One is actually going to be with a coelacanth, which I believe you can actually catch at any given day, I believe, except for that it actually has to be, or I should say any given month, but it actually does have to be raining, or it has to do something else within the actual game itself. So hopefully at some point within my area that I live around, hopefully it does start to rain, and then we can at least hopefully try to capture out what that said coelacanth. But then there's also another type of rare fish within the beachfront area, which that is going to be known as the oarfish. We will actually find a said oarfish later on down the road, but just for right now, that has not actually come into fruition yet. But so it looks like we're going to have to kind of do some switching around with our inventory, because we're catching out quite a bit of fish so far, and I want to make sure that if we go and catch her out with another one, we actually at least do have an extra little bit of inventory space around over here. So there we go, just like that, we got it. And since I am recording this on May 19th at the start of this type of set recording here, I will actually be hoping to start up with the Mario Kart DS mini-series and start a little bit of some of the different, like I said, like type of side missions that are going to be there within the game, because I think that's all that I'm going to really go out of my way to do. I'm not going to do any of the type of said races or anything for the Grand Prix. But there we go, got ourselves with a barbell steed, and I think that is pretty much enough for us to go and have a nice good start on with some stuff here. But let's go back to Blathers. We'll just throw some more into there. But at some point, just as a reminder here in the museum, once we actually do have enough that we actually do need, we will actually have to come back over here and do a said type of tour and see what all the different type of said bugs that we have went out of our way to catch so far, because I think that'd be really neat. I'll probably do that as like somewhere between the hiatus point that I'm going to be happening around within Animal Crossing, because I'm getting really much closer into that right now within the time of this set post-recorded type of stuff here within this game. Alright, and I think what I'm going to do here is end off this video for today. So thank you guys so much for going and stopping by within our way out here for Animal Crossing New Leaf Welcome Amiibo. And I'll be seeing you guys in another one from when we go and do some more adventuring throughout the town. So see you guys then, and peace.